This was 100% preventable. We call things accidents. There is no accident. Every single event that we investigate is preventable. So our hearts are with you. Know that the NTSB has one goal, and that is safety and ensuring that this never happens again.
Okay, that may be true. But if you blame the accident on Norfolk Southern, can't you also blame the Biden administration for the bungled response? Let's get into it with our Thursday night party panel. Look at this. Former CIA officer and Portman Square Group chairman and CEO, Mike Baker in the house, looking good. Democratic pollster and co-host of The Five, Jessica Tarlov is here. Hold your applause. And rounding it out with comedian and friend of ours, Diamond Dave Landau in the house. Hey, 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 everybody.
Wow,
Hey.
Diamond Dave.
Hey.
Landau, I will start with you as a resident of the Midwest.
Yes.
And a parent, so you have a lot of skin in this game.
I do.
Who do you trust more with transportation and trains at this point, Pete Buttigieg or Sir Topham Hatt from Thomas the Train?
Sir Topham Hatt.
By far?
I think there's no doubt about it, even drunk. I feel that Pete Buttigieg isn't even capable of operating the train that goes around a Christmas tree.
That's rough talk.
We've certainly done a terrible job, and I think he's done a terrible job, really, and they should hire absolutely anyone else outside of identity politics.
Okay, so I'm going to put you down as a maybe on Buttigieg.
Indeed.
Mike Baker, you know things.
I do know things. And one thing I do know is Sir Topham Hatt doesn't drink. So,
is that true?
Yeah, so don't put that rumor out there.
I've heard a story that says he does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that off the air.
Right, fine.
Wow, do I have some intel for you, Mr. Intel?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
A lot of the attempt to pass the buck is centered around, well, Trump changed a rule and regulations. But if this change was so egregious, shouldn't they have, changed it back in the past 2.5 years?
Well, yes, they certainly would have had the opportunity. Look, it's no surprise and it's nothing unusual that one administration blames the previous administration. But this was a simple effort, right? I mean, the rails have been around for almost 200 years. They've been moving the hazardous materials for almost that entire time. You get these derailments. Now, the derailments have been down, right? Our numbers are going down, still going down, and yet there is a process. Right? And part of that process is in a situation like this is the forward-facing leadership, right? The people want to know that the federal government in particular, right, is there. They've got their back. Pete Buttigieg, who is not, a stupid man, he's a smart guy, right? Somehow, I'm not sure how they missed the messaging on this, the communications on this. Just show up. As soon as you knew the severity of the problem, right, maybe a day or two after. He's not the Pope. Yep. Right? He's not Justin Bieber. He's not going to draw this huge entourage. You could have done it behind the scenes, right? So if he was worried about creating a scene while NTSB is doing their job, he shouldn't be, because we can multitask in these things. Anyway, terrible messaging, terrible communications problem.
Jessica, you and I have discussed this on my nationally syndicated talk show, Fox Across America, which everyone can listen to weekdays from noon to 3. But stick with me. Did the Democrats, was this, it kind of reads to a lot of people not as an action, but as a reaction. Would you say Trump successfully provoked action out of the Democrats, or at least a reaction when it comes to East Palestine?
No, I would say that he added fuel to the fire of it.
Okay.
Secretary Pete, I guess we're supposed to call him. I guess still want to say Mayor Pete, was going before Donald Trump was scheduled to do it. The timing of it, I think the day after is not fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't, see the wonder in Trump's visit with the Trump-branded water and walking into McDonald's and saying, what's the specialty of the day? Someone who clearly eats at McDonald's a lot. But he should have been there ahead of time, even just for the optics of this. So we do know that the federal government was on the ground in East Palestine when this happened at the beginning. Now, you do need a public face for it, and this happens to be his department, so he should be there. The whole, Joe Biden is in Kyiv instead of in East Palestine. That's a load of talking points.
But if you live in East Palestine, it's not. Like, those people really feel like second-class citizens.
I understand that, but I've heard a lot of really kind of extreme talking points of that. It's because they're poor white people. Poor black people in Flint had crap water that was killing them for years during a Democratic administration, and no one cared about that either. So, listen, if you want to just say poor people get the shaft, I'm with you.
Fair.
It sucks to be poor, and it sucks when something bad happens where you live.
True story.
And that's what we should go with versus this is Mayor Pete, or Secretary Pete.
Well,
really quick, Dave.
Michigan, and I would say they still haven't fixed that problem in Flint. And I don't think they're going to fix this problem, and I don't think CEOs have any issue with living next to train tracks.
Yeah, last I checked, they weren't over by the rail yard. Very good point.